Well, hi. I'm going to show you how to do my double enjoy pattern. And this is it. I named it though because it's really fun to do actually. So it's just 2 stitches and well, 3 if you count the border stitch. But this pattern is only 2 stitches. And so I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, so I'm on a Cindy Wood loom, and this loom is 42 pegs, and it's a 5/8 inch loom. And I set up end pegs because it has a tendency to curl. I did 3 end pegs, and I marked them, and 3 end pegs here. Okay, and then you can use even stitches. That's important that you use even stitches for this. Okay, and you're always going to do the same stitches on the same pegs, and that's why you need to have even, and they work out even. The second stitch is in groups of 2. Okay, so for the edge, I've got the kind of bumpy garter edge because I did garter stitch it on the edges, and I decided not to slip it. I decided to have the bumpy garter edge because it can be fun. And I did a chain cast on. So the chain cast on will be linked on the channel if you want to know how to do that. And I just did the chain cast on, and then I did garter stitch. So I did the chain cast on, then I did a row of U-knit, a row of purl, a row of U-knit, a row of purl, and then I went right into the stitch. Okay, so that's how you would get started. And oh, the yarn I'm using. The yarn I'm using is King Cole Riot Chunky, and the color is Candy Floss, and it's a mix of, well, you can see all the colors here. It's really pretty, and it's a bulky yarn. Okay, so we'll just put that up. Oop. Having some yarn problems here. Just a second. Put the yarn somewhere else. I guess I'll put it right here. Okay. And then the loom hook I'm using, which I lost, there it is just this one. And they don't really make this one anymore, but you can get very similar ones on Etsy. Okay. There, a bit closer. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to do this video. So I'm just going to position this a little bit better. There we go. And maybe zoom in a little bit more. There. That's better, hey? Okay, so for the first row, very easy stitch. The reason I called it double enjoy, it's just E-wrap. So you just E-wrap, and I always E-wrap just a few pegs at a time. So it's just 1 row of E-wrap. Very easy. I don't tend to wrap the whole loom. I just wrap a few at a time. So I'm wrapping until I get down to my marked pegs at the edge. And at the edge, how I'm doing the garter edge is every time I'm going to the right, I'm going to be doing a U-wrap, and whenever I go to the left, I'm going to be doing a purl. So I'm going to do a U-wrap and a U-wrap all the way to the end, and then I'm going to come back and do a purl going back. So I put the loom hook in there, scoop up the yarn, and just put it over the peg and just tighten it. And so I'm just going to do 3 purls here on these end pegs. Very easy. Okay, now the second stitch, and I call this stitch E-wrap in 2. Okay, and the reason I do is we're just going to E-wrap 2 together. So we E-wrap 2 together. We skip over and do the next 2. So if you want, you can wrap a bunch up and then just knit them all over. That way you won't confuse it. You can also mark them if you want. So you're always going to be E-wrapping the same 2 together. Okay? And then you come over to the end here, and then you're going to be going to the left, so you're going to be purling. So I purl. That way I always remember what stitch I'm doing if I'm doing them the same direction. I always do purl to the left. Then I come back and do a U-wrap. And I do a U-wrap on the next 2 pegs. Okay, and then I'm going to E-wrap again. So back to row 1, and we're just going to E-wrap. So it's a very easy stitch to have such a nice pattern. And we're going to the right, so we purl. No, we don't purl. We're to the right, so we U-knit. So U-wrap. And then we're going to come back with a purl. And purl this peg too. Okay, so now we're going to do the E-wrap in 2. Now if you want to, you could put stitch markers on the first 2, different color stitch markers on the next 2, and you could do that so you'd always remember. And or you could do it any way you want, or you could just wrap the whole row. Okay, so I'm just going to do that a little slower so you see this stitch better. These 2 are going to get U-wrapped together. Then the next 2 are going to get U-wrapped together. Then the next 2 are going to get U-wrapped together. Then the next 2 are going to get U-wrapped together. Okay, and then you just knit them off. And so I'm just holding that on. Okay, and then I'm coming over here, and because I'm going to the left, I'm going to purl. So purl, purl, and purl. I'm just going to come back and knit, U-knit, or U-wrap, whichever way you want to call it. And then we go back to our row of E-wrap. Okay, so let's just stretch this work and have a really good look at it. There's what it looks like. So it's a beautiful stitch with lots and lots of texture. Look at how beautiful that is. And the border works just really great with it. It's not curling at all. The other side looks like this. And that's all there is to it. You can do this also in the round. In the round, it looks a bit different because the stitches are not going as much both ways so it doesn't look like this with them coming this way and that way. But it does look really, really nice too, and it still does have a lot of texture. And so you can use it to do all kinds of things. So anyway, there you go. That's how you do the stitch. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is get it really, really close so you can see what this looks like, because really, really beautiful. There, do you see those now? Wanted to make sure you could really see them because the camera's really not doing this justice. That such an easy stitch can look this pretty. Okay, so have fun doing this stitch, and until next time, bye.